You wake up one morning and your phone does not recognize your face. You try your PIN. Wrong. You try again. The app tells you it cannot connect to the server to verify your identity. You open your banking app. Loading. Loading. Then a white screen with 3 words, service unavailable. You check your crypto wallet. The balance is there. Every coin accounted for. But when you try to move a single dollar, the transaction just spins. And spins. And never completes. Your money exists. You can see it. But you cannot touch it. You cannot spend it. You cannot prove it is yours to anyone standing in front of you. Because the internet is gone. Not slow. Not patchy. Gone. And everything you thought you owned just became a number on a screen with no screen to show it on. Here is something nobody tells you about the digital world you live in. You do not own your files. You own a handshake. A permission slip that says, as long as this server is on, as long as this network is running, as long as this company exists, you may access your data. The moment that handshake fails, the file does not disappear. But it becomes unreachable. And unreachable is the same as gone. Think about your Google Drive right now. Your photos. Your documents. Your work history. None of that lives on your device. It lives on a server in a data center somewhere in Virginia or Iowa or Singapore. You access it through a pipe called the internet. And that pipe is held together by physical infrastructure that most people never think about. In 2006, a single undersea cable cut near Egypt disrupted internet service for 70 million people overnight. One cable. 70 million people. 3 weeks of disruption. Now imagine not one cable. Imagine a coordinated failure across the backbone of the entire global network. Solar flare. Coordinated cyber attack on critical infrastructure. A cascading failure triggered by a single point of collapse in the global routing system. Your cloud storage does not vanish. But it becomes a vault with no door. And the people who suffer most are not the ones who kept their money in cash under a mattress. They are the ones who trusted the most advanced financial system in human history. Here is the part that should make you uncomfortable. Your hardware wallet, the device people buy specifically to keep their crypto safe offline, is sitting in your drawer right now completely intact. Every coin on it is perfectly preserved. But without an internet connection to broadcast your transaction to the blockchain network, that wallet is a very expensive USB stick with numbers on it. You cannot spend a single cent. Stay with me. Because it gets significantly worse. The entire promise of cryptocurrency was decentralization. No single bank. No single government. No single point of failure. But here is what that promise quietly left out. Decentralized does not mean independent. It means distributed across thousands of nodes, all of which require power, all of which require internet connectivity, all of which need to talk to each other constantly to agree on who owns what. The blockchain is not a document sitting on a hard drive somewhere. It is a live, ongoing conversation between thousands of computers around the world. Every 10 minutes, those computers vote on the truth. They agree on the ledger. They confirm your balance. When the internet goes down, that conversation stops. The vote never happens. And the ledger freezes in time at the last confirmed block. Your coins are still technically yours. But there is no network to prove it to. No node to broadcast your transaction to. No miners to confirm it. Your proof of ownership exists in a system that no longer has the infrastructure to process it. The gold in Fort Knox stayed gold when the phone lines went down. Your Bitcoin becomes a theoretical asset the moment the nodes go offline. And while you are sitting there staring at a wallet you cannot spend, your landlord wants rent. The supermarket wants payment. The petrol station wants a card that actually works. Suddenly the people with physical cash, with gold, with land, with anything you can hold in your hand, are not the backwards ones. They are the only ones who can buy breakfast. Now let us talk about your bank. Because a lot of people hear this scenario and think, fine, I will just use my debit card. My bank will have the records. Here is the problem. Your bank does not keep your balance on a piece of paper in a filing cabinet. Your bank verifies your balance in real time through an API. An application programming interface that talks to a central database, which talks to a payment processor, which talks to the card network, which talks to the merchant's bank. Every single one of those conversations requires internet connectivity. When the network goes down, your bank cannot confirm your balance to the merchant standing in front of you.
We all face the same
Not because
night.
the money is
Not
gone.
all of us prepared the same
Because
way.
the system that confirms it cannot operate. And it gets more complicated. Modern banking runs on something called real-time gross settlement. Every large transaction between banks is confirmed and settled in real time through a live network. Without that network, banks cannot settle with each other. They do not know what they actually owe. They freeze. This is not theoretical. In 2003, a software bug took down a significant portion of the US financial processing network for several hours. Trades went unconfirmed.
That's all it took.
Payments bounced. An entire day of economic activity became uncertain. That was a software bug lasting hours.
But crypto is
Now
secure.
think about
Not
days.
only this, nature doesn't
Or
negotiate.
weeks. The financial system does not need to collapse for your money to become unreachable. It just needs to pause.
First word. Write it clearly.
And a pause that lasts long enough starts to look exactly like a collapse.
Honey, listen.
Here is the number that should stop you cold.
I know it's late.
95% of all money in the world does not exist as physical cash. It exists as numbers in databases. Entries on digital ledgers.
Not permission.
Promises recorded on servers.
Power goes out.
There is not enough physical cash in circulation to cover even a fraction of what people think they own. If the network goes down long enough for people to understand that, what happens next has nothing to do with technology. It has everything to do with human behavior. 99% of all international internet traffic travels through undersea fiber optic cables,
Have them. Here's the cash.
not
Stay
satellites.
close to me.
Cables. Physical cables lying on the ocean floor, some of them thinner than a garden hose, carrying the entire weight of the global digital economy.
Now we
There are approximately 400 of these cables worldwide.
see this wallet keeps
They are
you
cut
safe
by
offline.
fishing trawlers, damaged by earthquakes, corroded by salt water, and in some cases physically targeted by actors who understand exactly what they represent. A 2022 incident near the Shetland Islands cut an undersea cable and knocked out internet connectivity for thousands of people for several weeks.
Physical backups are essential
One
for
cable.
security.
One
This
incident.
ensures we learn from
The
every
global internet is not a cloud.
Each one found their
It is a
own
physical nervous system made of glass and copper running across the most inaccessible terrain on Earth. And like any nervous system, damage to the right point does not just hurt one part of the body.
Last.
It shuts down everything that depends on it.
Have you.
Your wealth, your identity, your employment records, your medical history, your property deeds in many jurisdictions, your access to every service you use daily, all of it rides on cables that a ship's anchor can sever by accident. So what do you actually do with this information? First, understand what you actually own versus what you have permission to
Let it
access.
fail. I am
Your
no
crypto
longer-
on an exchange is not yours. It is an IOU from a company that exists because servers are running. Your files in the cloud are not yours. They are leased storage on someone else's computer. True ownership in a digital world means local control. A hardware wallet you control the keys to. Physical backups of critical documents. Gold or silver you can hold. Cash sufficient to survive weeks without card payments. This is not paranoia.
I am no longer.
Every serious financial institution in the world maintains physical contingency infrastructure precisely because they understand that digital systems fail. The question is not whether a major connectivity disruption will happen. Undersea cables are cut regularly. Solar events capable of disrupting satellite and electrical infrastructure occur on a documented cycle. Cyber attacks on critical financial infrastructure are not rare events. They are weekly occurrences that the public rarely hears about. The question is whether when it happens, your survival depends entirely on a powered-on grid that someone else controls. Because if it does, you do not own your wealth. You are renting access to it. Go back to the opening of this video. The phone that would not unlock. The bank app that would not load. The wallet with a full balance that could not complete a single transaction. That was not a nightmare. That was a Tuesday morning after the wrong cable got cut in the wrong ocean. And the people who were fine that Tuesday were not the ones with the most Bitcoin. They were the ones who never trusted a system they could not hold in their hands.